Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Ayek Uncut. We don't always drink tea, but honey, we spill that tea. My name is Ayek, and today I'm going to talk about finding love in Lagos. So as always, thank you guys for supporting Tea Time with Ayek Uncut and Tea Time with Ayek. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for commenting. Even the haters that have been commenting on my recent video, you're still watching the video. So, thanks. On a serious note though, thank you guys so much for all of the support. But if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment on the video if you have something to share or if you liked the video. But try not to dislike this one because I'm spilling some good tea. I know you want this tea. If you haven't noticed, we're in a different, more relaxed setting today. I just wanted to do something different. I'm kind of having like a self-care day. And so I decided, why don't you guys just join me on this self-care day? As always, I have my notes hiding here. I don't want to show them to you because you're gonna laugh. It's the same, actually it's not the same book. But I have this thing where like I only use like the first 5 pages of any notebook that I get. And then I just use a new one, find a new one. Okay, so why don't we start with stereotypes? Let's talk about stereotypes that I've heard about different tribes, both men and women, different stereotypes that I may have subscribed to at a time, but I don't anymore. Almost everyone knows about the iconic, earth-shattering, world-shattering, heart-breaking Yoruba demons. Yes, we've heard stories from boyfriends who happen to be Yoruba telling their girlfriends, honey, buy this ashwebi for a wedding. They buy the ashwebi for the wedding. They get it made. They look hot and spicy. They get to the wedding. Babe, where you at? Babe is the groom. Igbo men, the stereotype that Igbo men are domineering, the stereotype that Yoruba women are submissive, like they're doormats. They just allow anything when it comes to their husband or their boyfriends. We've heard the stereotype of Igbo women are like men. They're super masculine. They beat up their husbands. Heard about northern men not having any emotion, like they just keep wives as trophies, or I've heard these things. I've heard the notion that northern women are ditzy. I've heard the notion, Edo states, oh, Edo people, witches, they fly on brooms, blah, 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 blah. Delta, men from Delta, they drink too much, they don't take care of their responsibilities, and they're always like womanizing. Rivers men are stingy, like all kinds of stuff. Akwa Ibom women, which I have to take some time out. I'm half Igbo, so I've heard that notion of Igbo women being like masculine and stuff, and it's offensive. It's like, what? Whatever. Anyway, but I think the one that I hear the most is the stereotype that people have of women from Akwa Ibom State and Cross River. It's already bad enough when I tell people my name, they're like, oh, you're from Calabar. I'm like, no, I'm not from Calabar. I'm actually from Akwa Ibom State, a whole different state. And they're like, oh, it's the same thing. It's the same state. Okay, I'm like, it's not. So, but anyway, the moment they hear that, I hear 2 or 3 things. Oh, when are you gonna make me afang? That's not a conversation starter. When are you gonna make me Eddie Kong? Oh, women from my choir, I know they begin it popping in the bedroom. I heard you guys are freaky. I heard you guys can go a while, blah, blah, blah. The notion that women from Akwa Ibom State are like sex workers, the whole sexualizing thing and stuff like that. Now, this is the thing. All of these examples I've given you, even when I wasn't living in Nigeria, Nigerians have that notion even abroad. I've had people use that as a conversation starter. And the funny thing is, you cannot ask me when I tell you my name and then you tell me I'm from Calabar when I'm not, and then I correct you, and then you now say, oh, when are you gonna make me afang soup? The answer is never. 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 Okay? Oh, you're so good in bed. How do you know? And to be honest, all of these stereotypes are freaking offensive to one person or another. Some people laugh it off, some people don't see it as a big deal. But these stereotypes are generally can generally be what prevents a person from dating a person from a certain tribe. Parents may be like, I heard about these people. Oh. Those are the general stereotypes. I'm sure there are like tons more, but those are the ones that I hear the most. So until now, I have not been in a long-term relationship or anything like that. Worst experience. Now I can only say, I can only give examples of guys who are trying to woo me or toast me, as we say here, with the exception of one guy who I was talking too long. But I think every Nigerian person has had that experience. You've had someone from almost every region trying to talk to you, and if you're in a metropolitan city like Lagos, you're bound to meet someone from every place in Nigeria. So let's start with the four corners. Now, for the protection of the identities, guys, I'm gonna have to change their names. So let's start with Akwa Ibom. Two of the guys who tried to toast me from there were actually three, but two of the guys that like straight out they toasted me. One of them, let's call him Mike. Mike wanted 100% of my attention, 100% of my time. First 5 minutes of discussion, he's already talking about getting freaky. So yeah, no. No. Akban was getting married in a few weeks, but was still trying to talk to me. A few days after he tried to get at me and I showed him the door, I looked at his DP and it's a traditional wedding. So hey, Jim was a pathological liar, took advantage of my empathy, would lie about being sick and stuff like that just to get my attention. And then also I think he had a perception about me, so he lied about what he did for a living. And he would lie about like little things like, oh, he lives on the mainland, and he's like, oh, I don't take the bus from the mainland to the island. I don't take the bus from the island to the mainland. I take Uber. I only take the bus when I'm within the mainland. I'm just like, first of all, that's not something to lie about. And my spirit was like, girl, he ain't it. Now let's go to the west. To the west. Okay, what should I call this guy? Aki wanted sex too. He wanted to have sex with me. He wanted Edikai and sex. His was most irritating because he was I don't want to say devout Muslim, but he was a devout Muslim, like religious. Let me not say spiritual. Let me say religious. And he was like, oh no, like we need to hang out before Ramadan, like blah blah blah. I don't know, but I'm just assuming that during Ramadan there's some things that you're really not supposed to be doing. You should be doing them in general, like fornicating and stuff, but during Ramadan period you shouldn't do it at all. So we hung out, as friends, whatever. He didn't mention anything. He was just like, let's hang out, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. We hang out, we're talking about some cool stuff, some interesting stuff about life and stuff, and then he goes, can I give you head? And that's when okay, where's my bag? Okay, yeah, bye. Now, the middle belt, he has a biblical name. Mr. Micah. Let me change it to Micah. Mr. Micah was a cool guy, I won't lie, but he came out a little too strong. By the second day, because we're actually chatting about his church because he was inviting me to his church. By the second day of our conversation, he basically said, I love you, I want to marry you by the end of the year. It was like first or second week of December. So, you want to marry me by the end of this year? What year you want? You talking about next year or this year? Because I know you're talking about this year. Ali was from the north. Ali was Hausa. And by the way, it's not only Hausa people in the north, but I'm just saying who's from the north. We're at the Abuja airport. We're at Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja International Airport. Yeah, after he started talking to me, blah, 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 he told me his age and I'm like, he's married. There's no way he's not married. From that point, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you're married, sir. And he's like, yeah, I'm married, but it's you that I want. And I was like, you didn't even ask me to be one of your wives. Like, I mean, all jokes aside, I'm not saying that I want to be a second wife or I want to be a side chick, but the moment he said he was married, I was like, okay, no. And then when he now said, I'm married, but I want you, it threw me all the way off that kind of thing is very offensive to me. It's offensive in the sense that, like, you're committing this offense to your partner, and then you now want to draw me into that sin. It's already bad enough that you're asking me, or trying to ask me to defy or go against my fellow woman, but then on top of that, you want me to now go to hell and, you know, put all kinds of bad, like sow a bad seed in addition to that for myself and for my future. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, Ali. Okay, let's talk about the trend. I want to say trend of married people, most especially married men, looking for side chicks, looking for girlfriends, those kinds of things. I can tell you categorically, out of every 10 men that approach a woman here, especially in a place like Lagos, I can guarantee you 4 or 5 of them are married. I've read articles and I've heard people say the ring is actually more attractive, like they flaunt their ring even more. I think for people who are attracted to married people, married men most especially, it's that security or that sense of responsibility. I've seen with my own eyes people going on dates with their married significant others. I know people who date married men and married women because it happens too. If you're interested in dating married people, don't. Okay, that's not rocket science, but let me emphasize. If you're interested in dating married people, don't. If you're married and you're interested in dating unmarried people or married people, if you're married and interested in dating and you're not in an open relationship, don't. Now, in our culture, in Nigerian culture, we have image is very important to us. Image is very important to us, you know, our name is very important, all of those kinds of things. And in a place like Lagos, everything is like super concentrated. And there may be cases of people telling you that they do something that they don't. You're going to meet someone who will say, yeah, I know Davido, or as they say, oh, I know David. Oh, I know this person, I know that person. I'm friends with this person, that person. I go here, I spend this much, I drive this, I drive that. I don't take a bus from mainland to island, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, a lot of information that people provide when they're telling you stories of their image or who they are is inconsequential. Like, it's not gonna make Jesus come sooner or later. It's not gonna solve the problems that we have here in our country. It's not going to impeach Donald Trump. By the same token, there are also extremely awesome, wonderful people here. And not just for relationships or the potential of having relationships, for friendships. There are amazing people everywhere. The same all over the world. There are people who are somehow, and then there are people who are awesome. So I think discernment is key with anything in life. But when you've decided you want to take that step to find love or to be in a relationship, don't forget about discernment. Don't let what you think or what you perceive supersede what the reality is. So you need to know what you want. Take time. What do I expect in a partner? What am I looking for in a partner? And don't be afraid to have that expectation and hold them to that standard. That also leads me to something, or kind of a challenge, that I think a lot of us in our mid-20s and up are facing. At a certain point, after you've gotten your degree and everything, next is marriage. There's an extreme pressure, especially on women, to get married. We go on Bella Naija, we go on Ashoebi Bella. The person you went to high school with, the person you went to primary school with, they're getting married, and you're just like, where do I go? What do I do? How do I go about this? I'm not answering mom's calls anymore because she keeps calling me and asking me how far. You know, these are like actual experiences. So don't put pressure on yourself. I know what society says. I know what our culture says. I know what our expectations are. I know. But don't let it get to you. Just take up everything in prayer. Use your discernment. Know what you're looking for and navigate things that way. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the setting. We're going back to the normal setting because I feel like falling asleep. If you have any comments or concerns, please do share them down below. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching so much once again.